have a look at the replay of that. Murphy set him up down the inside, side by side under brakes on the Shell Helix replay. Now watch Perkins. He's going to try and switch back on the inside, but just a little bit too hot. Catches it, and that really did muck up his run onto Mountain Straight. Cost him a little bit of time, but Perkins will be right back in the battle within a very short period of time.
Interesting to see the lap times that Greg Murphy can put in now that he's got a little bit of clear track ahead, because he's in pursuit now of Peter Brock. He's going very, very well. We're on lap 27 of 161. Murphy sitting in second. He'll be pretty happy about that. Here is your race score. Brock, Murphy, Perkins, Jones and Gardner. They're going very well in 5th position. We have a look back, 6 through 10. It's Longhurst, Stephen Johnson, Stephen Richards and John Faulkner.
This Primus 1000 Classic update brought to you by Armour All.
Welcome back to the Primus 1000 Classic as we update the very first hour of this race, and straight off pole position, Peter Perfect put it sideways, but he still managed to take the 05 Commodore through Hell's Corner without too much problems. Now missing from that starting lineup was Jason Bargwanna. This happened earlier this morning. Bargwanna taking a heavy hit coming through Forest Elbow, the Holden Young Lions team member, out of the race well before it even started. Glenn Seaton managed to start from second, but he slipped straight back in the field. He was passed by John Bow and Wayne Gardner in the Cope Commodore. Greg Murphy in the 1.5 Commodore made his move, passing Alan Jones to slip into 3rd place. Murphy putting on the pressure. But what about pressure from Tony Longhurst? Started 39th, is now in the top 10. Privateer Kevin Heffernan was first in the pits. He had a blown rear tyre. But this mountain belongs to Peter Perfect, a 9-times winner here, up on top and trailed closely by a 5-times winner in Larry Perkins. A terrific duel from Brock and Perkins in the Commodores up the top. But tremendous bad luck though for another Falcon of Shell Helix number 17. Happened on lap 17. John Bow, still not sure what happened, put it straight into the wall and was forced to limp back. The Johnson Bow team in the Shell Helix Falcon more than likely out of the race. Let's get back to the action for the Primus 1000.
Only 7 times has this race been won from pole position, only 14 times from front row this year. Peter Brock to make it number 10 to win in his last competitive event. It'll have to be the 8th win from pole position. That's where he started the event. That's where Mark Skate put the 05 Commodore, and right now the fans relishing him in front. Great battle going on behind him as Greg Murphy, the HRT teammate.
Oh! That's the Bottle Magic car. Trimble and Mazira, that's the entry. Thomas Mazira was behind the wheel.
Goodness me, you could hear those tyres screaming. Where was it coming from? It was Mazira, I think. Coming down Conrod Straight, he must have had a massive brake failure or something.
That was unbelievable. He just went straight off into the sand trap. Let's have a look at the replay of that. That was over at Caltex Chase.
Well, the safety mechanisms in these cars generally look after the drivers. Let's look at the replay. Well, you can see the massive amount of dust there. He's just carving a groove through that sand over and over and over. Thomas Mazira at the wheel. Let's hope he's okay. But you can see the effect of that sand trap washing the speed off that car. It would have been coming into Caltex Chase. Here, let's another angle. Right up on our cherry picker. Hits the sand. Over it goes.
John Smales.
And I'm with a very, very disappointed John Trimble, team owner and co-driver. John, what's he said to you?
Oh, we haven't got, he hasn't said anything to us, John, at this stage. what we do understand from pit control here that he's okay, which is the main thing anyway. It certainly was a spectacular roll. I've got to tell him there's a left-hander at the end of Conroy.
A rotten end to a fairly disastrous weekend, really.
Oh, I probably had worse, but I can't think of it. But, mate, it hasn't been particularly brilliant. But anyway, there's always next year.
Thanks, John.
Got to make it on.
Probably had worse.